There we go. Now I'm up. Okay.
There you go. Now, can you turn around so you can look at me?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Hey, Tom.
You're not rotating.
Hi, Edward.
I know.
Hey, Paul. Nice to see you here.
Hi, Edward. Nice to see you.
Late for you.
Nice to see you too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chickens.
I'm,
Nice to see you, Edward.
I'm trying to get my mouse to turn.
Okay.
I'm trying to,
Nice to be here. Yes, you
Yeah, George's whole gang's there.
Okay. Hi,
Hey,
George.
Diane.
It's like 3.
Diane.
Hey, Paul. It must be like 3 o'clock in the morning
Use
for
your
you.
It
arrows.
is.
Yeah.
It is 3 a.m.
I know.
Wow.
What time is it in Fiji, George?
12 noon Thursday.
Okay.
So I
You can't
guess
swing
the
your mouse
event.
from left to right.
Oh, I
No,
wish
but
she
somehow
would take
my
us
mouse,
off
I just put a
amplification.
new thing. It's
I don't
not
know if we're
working.
amplified or not. I hope we're
Okay,
not.
then
So
yes,
you're
you
not
are
doing the
amplified,
event.
George.
Can you
Hang
please
on, you
take us
are.
off?
Everyone is amplified.
Oh,
I
no.
would if I could. So we're happy.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So we'll talk later.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, would it be possible to put like a seat on the stage and then seat her in it so she'll be facing the audience? Hmm.
I got a chair. You were, now you're standing, and the chair went away. But at least you're standing facing the audience. All right. So hold on just a minute. Let me let the team know.
Am I facing the right way?
Mm-hmm. Okay, you are perfect. Don't move.
Okay, thank
Don't
you.
move. All right, and Tom is hiding in the Christmas tree.
Okay.
Oh, you can see me. Can you see me in the Christmas
we caught
tree?
you. We caught you in the Christmas tree.
Shoot. I was going to surprise everybody and pop out. And here I am.
I'm sorry. Well, since a few of us are having technical difficulties, we thought that you were also having technical difficulties.
No.
All right.
Mhm.
So, Diane, the stage is yours. I'm going to stand off the corner in case you need me, but it's all you.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Well, am I now ready to welcome everyone?
Yes, please.
Okay. Welcome everyone to the 10th anniversary Girls STEAM Institute December Awards Gala, celebrating STEAM leadership and entrepreneurship provided by girls, young women, men and women who set the bar high to accomplish amazing goals that serve the greater good for our society. I'm Diane McClellan, co-founder of Girls STEAM Institute, and one of your hosts tonight who is in charge of helping our honorees tell their amazing stories of inspiration and hope for brighter days, with encouragement to co-create new realities that are fulfilling for each of you, steeped in gratitude and love. We want to thank our 2024 calendar sponsors, the Virtual World Society, CESCO, St. Charles Healthcare System, and U.S. Bank, whose funds help support our event today. We thank our dedicated board of Girls STEAM Institute for their guidance and support, and our GSI advisors and STEAM interns for their volunteer work in our operations. A big gratitude and thank you go to Laurel Van Fossen, co-founder of Educators in VR, our event host, and also the individual who redesigned our website and created our new blogs. We thank you, Laurel, and your wonderful team of Lance and Stands with Trees, who helps us today and guides us through all of our VR events since 2021. We couldn't do it without you, Laurel. Thank you. And Stands with Trees and Lance, a big thank you as well. Also, a big thank you to Dr. Tom Furness, grandfather of virtual reality and GSI board member, who guided us to move from Zoom programming to virtual reality in 2021, which has represented a huge transformational change for our organization. You will be able to hear more great thoughts about STEAM and virtual reality a little later in our program, as Tom is our keynote speaker. Now it's my pleasure to welcome and thank Kate Edwards, who is our board chair and our 2024 Tech and Nonprofit Leadership Excellence Award. Do we have a video, Laurel?
Yes, we do. Just give me a minute. I am hoping that we can make this work with the technical problems we're having. So let's see.
Kate couldn't be here today. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, please talk about it for a moment while I try to get this together. Sorry.
Kate is our board chair, and she's been on our boards for the last 10 years, and she travels all over the world with her speaking engagements and consulting practices. She's actually created a video from Cape Town, Africa. She's been a wonderful supporter of our organization for years, and she always has some great insights on what's happening in STEAM around the world. So we'll hear from her shortly.
Okay. We're having, my goodness, this is a first. All right. And the video should be coming. I can't get to the, okay. Okay.
While we're waiting for the video, I want to give a little background on Kate. She's a unique hybrid of an applied geographer, writer, and content cultivation strategist with a passion for global culture and media technologies. With broad experience in the fields of geography, cartography, geopolitics, and cross-cultural issues, Kate is a recognized thought leader in applying this knowledge to real-world business solutions and problem solving, particularly in the information industry as related to inclusive representation, content management, and cross-cultural impacts of information and globalization. In her earlier life, she actually helped create the Google Maps and the maps with Microsoft. So she's had a lot of history in helping to work with countries who may have challenges in defining their territory within their maps and how it may conflict with other ways other parts of the world views their boundaries of their countries. So she works very closely with leaders in these countries to help define some of these geopolitical challenges. So she wishes she were here in person, but hopefully one day you'll have a chance to meet her in person. She is an amazing woman. Laurel?
I think she's trying to get things working. Here we go.
Okay.
Town in South Africa. I'm really sorry I couldn't be with you live for this event, but due to the time differences, it was just kind of
we
extreme.
are truly a
being,
global
10 hours
organization,
ahead of,
and
West
tonight
Coast
you will
time on
see
the US.
evidence of that. We
But
have
nonetheless, I'm so happy to see
videos
yet
from
another
one of
Girls
our
Team
steamers
Institute
calling in from,
event
or actually providing the
and
video
taking
from
place,
Shanghai.
especially for the reasons
She and her family
that we're
moved there
getting
several
together.
years ago, and
I know
she's
you're going
a
to have a great time
18-year-old
connecting and learning from
graduating
one
senior.
another. As the GSI board chair, I also wanted to celebrate the amazing 10-year milestone for the organization, and specifically call out Diane McClellan for her unwavering and persistent vision for pushing this forward for so long. We all know how much representation really matters and is the critical for the future of tech and beyond. So thank you so much, Diane, and thank you to all my fellow board members and others who've been pushing this effort forward for so long now. I also want to express my heartfelt thanks to both Diane and GSI for awarding me the 2024 Tech and Nonprofit Leadership Excellent Honor. I really appreciate that. I deeply appreciate the gesture. I kind of feel that from day to day, I'm just focused on doing what I think is the right thing to do, and pushing forward and on inclusivity, on diversity, on representation, and elevating those who are following us on these paths is really, that's the right thing to do. So my best wishes to you all for having a great event today, and as the Zulu people say here in South Africa, Hamba Kale, which means go well. So have a great event and take care.
Well, thank you, Kate. Now our next speaker we want to invite to the stage is Amanda Ong, who is our new board member. She is representing Microsoft organization, and earlier this year in April, we honored her with the 2024 GSI Servant Leader Honoree. She's a wonderful addition to our board, and that's part of our concerted efforts to make sure that we are remaining relevant with all the young women in our organization. So Amanda, please join us. We would like to hear some of your open remarks. Well, let's see. Amanda, are you here? Amanda, if
Yes,
you're
she
here,
is.
please come to the stage. Thank you.
You have to go over here.
Hello.
There you go.
Is this a good place to be?
Yes.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, Tom. Yeah. So, to start off just by saying thank you so much to Diane and the GSI community for giving me this opportunity. I'm currently a software engineer at Microsoft, which I feel is fairly deep into the technology side of STEAM, but I didn't always see myself in this field. Even when I started college, I didn't have a passion for a specific STEAM subject. People I knew wanted to be doctors, researchers, and engineers, but I never felt confident enough to point at something and say, that's what I wanted to do. But I knew what I found fun. I love teaching, learning, and solving problems. And from that, and being lucky enough to find people, mentors, family, friends, and community like GSI that allowed me to explore, I found parts of STEAM that really resonated with me. And so today, while I'm a software engineer, I also see myself as a teacher, a reader, and a volunteer. One of the greatest things about STEAM and the GSI community for me is that it's so fast. There are so many opportunities to engage with and participate in STEAM. So if there's nothing that currently exists, you can even create your own role as an entrepreneur, like I know some of our attendees here are today. I know the world needs more girls and women in STEAM, and the industry needs our ideas, passion, and energy to build upon the work of our predecessors, but also needs us as leaders and role models for the future generations. So one of my greatest takeaways is that even if you don't have a concrete idea of what you want to do in the next 10 years, that's okay, because it gives you that time to really explore and craft your place, whether that be as an academic, an educator, or even as an entrepreneur. The most important thing is to just keep learning. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Amanda. Amanda actually came to our program in 2016, so it's wonderful to have her back re-engaged. In fact, we are looking to extend our program to young women 19 to 30 to help inspire them to consider becoming a STEAM entrepreneur and continuing their thoughts of innovation that will make a difference in our world. So Amanda is one of our wonderful new additions, and we plan to learn a lot from her as well as our other STEAM advisors, Prableen Kaur, Lambda, and Sana Shah, who have joined us as STEAM advisors to the board, and we are counting on their input to continue with our relevancy for our programming. Now it's my pleasure to announce an award that it's not often that an identical twin sister has an opportunity to thank and honor her younger twin sister by 10 minutes for the many accomplishments in her life. Today, I'm here to honor one of my heroines in life, Suzanne Justice Lackman, who is receiving the 2024 Pioneering Spirit Award for her courage, vision, and chutzpah for owning and operating two companies, a tool liquidation and a furniture manufacturing company in the 1970s as a single mom of two children. She has some amusing stories about the times when the men came into her stores and wanted to haggle with her about the prices and told her, "Let me talk to the boss." And she smiled and would reply, "You are talking to the boss. My price is still final," as they retreated for the door. A few years ago, I went to the courthouse to witness her changing her middle name to Justice. And she says, justice is her name, and justice is her aim to gain. She's fought for civil rights, human rights, and wrote a screenplay for the right reasons, destined to be an award-winning movie one day. She accomplished all of this before Suzanne and I formed two nonprofits, Astro Women's Business Alliance in 1999, that certified women-owned businesses in 7 states through the WeBank certification organization, which helped women gain access to global supply chains, build economic development, and increase wealth and innovation. The second nonprofit is Girls STEAM Institute, one that we're celebrating today for its 10 years, for mentoring girls 12 to 18 to become STEAM entrepreneurs using immersive technologies and forming global collaborative innovation. Unfortunately, Suzanne is not able to be here, but she is watching, and I'm sure looking forward to hearing the wonderful stories from our other honorees. Thank you, Suzanne, from all of us. So our next honoree is another one of my heroes, Billy Bryant Schultz, owner of Cisco. She's a Girls STEAM Institute board member, and she's receiving the 2024 Catalyst for Change Award. Billy's journey of Catalyst for Change began when she was a freshman in high school at a rural high school in Texas. She loved competitive basketball, and at school there was only boys interscholastic basketball teams, and she questioned the administration about why there wasn't a girls interscholastic basketball team. With her strong insistence, the school formed a girls basketball team. This was just the start for Billy, to be aware of her environment and the need to encourage change for women, which led to her bringing corporations in Texas aware there were no women's certification program that offered access to global supply chains, only a program for minority businesses, which is important. But from Billy's perspective, if a certification program could be created that would include all women, no matter their ethnicity, then women can buy from each other and collaborate together. With this vision and leadership, the nonprofit WeBank was created in the mid-1990s, and today there are over 19,000 certified women in the U.S. through the WeBank program, which has opened doors for more women and increased wealth for women and their families. And Billy's journey into entrepreneurship began unexpectedly in the wake of a family illness, but that didn't stop Billy. She used her vision and creative skills that enabled her to take her family company Cisco through significant transitions. She's a strong advocate for women entrepreneurs, and she's actively involved in implementing STEM and STEAM mentoring programs for young girls in her area. She aims to foster a diverse future workforce in technology and other industries. Billy's contribution to business and women's economic development has been recognized with several honors, including the Enterprising Women of the Year Award in 2015 for business development and growth. And I've personally known Billy since the mid-1990s, and she has been a wonderful leader and has changed so many lives for all of us, including my own. And so it's such a pleasure, Billy, to honor you from all of us, and hopefully the world is watching as they hear your story of courage. So thank you, Billy, and here is to you the 2024 Catalyst for Change Award. We have so many wonderful people here to honor. It's such a pleasure to also have with us a wonderful, innovative leader, Pamela Kahn. She's the president owner of Bishop Weiscarver Corporation, and she is being awarded the 2024 Innovative Manufacturing and Civic Leadership Excellence Award. Please come to the stage, Pamela. And as you arrive on the stage, I want to tell a little bit about you. As president of Bishop Weiscarver since 1999, Pamela Kahn has leveraged the company's 70-plus years of ingenuity to provide the most trusted and respected motion solutions in the industrial automation industry. Bishop Weiscarver is a U.S.-based certified women-owned manufacturing engineering company specializing in linear and rotary motion for automation solutions that excel in harsh, extreme hygienic environments. I want to mention to everyone that Pamela was one of our first sponsors of our STEAM program back in 2014, and she has been a mentor for several years. So thank you, Pamela.
Thank you, Diane. I appreciate this award. And congratulations on 10 years. That's quite an accomplishment as well.
Thank you. Well, you have also been a leader in encouraging more young women and more students to support STEM programs. So we, again, want to commend you for your continued leadership. And thank you for being here.
Thank you. I love working with all the young, bright minds. It's very inspiring.
Thank you. Well, we hope we can continue to work with you in the future as well, Pamela, as you may help us grow to expand our global organization to new and exciting new goals.
Thank you.
Now, Laurel, this is an opportunity that I'd like to invite you to be here with me as we celebrate another amazing landmark accomplishment, and that is partnering with Africa VR Campus and Center in Kenya, Africa. And so we want to honor Paul Simon Waiyaki, founder and CEO, and Diana Njeri, who's the Associate Director, and award them with the 2024 Champions of Future Girl Innovators in VR Excellence Award.
And I will cheer them on from down here.
Okay.
So, go for it.
So, Paul and Diana, would you like to come to the stage and make some comments?
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Good morning, everyone. It's about 3:30 a.m. in the morning here in Kiambu, Kenya. And we thank the power of XR because I didn't have to remove my nightgown. I would look very funny to everyone who is used to ever seen Waiyaki wearing his nightgown. But it's good to be here, and it's nice to see everybody. It's nice to see friends whom we are always with in the MetaVerse, and it's great to have collaborated with the Girls Team Institute to opening up the minds, young minds. Those girls were in their 16 years old then. Some I think, Diane, were barely 14, and now they have become XR professionals, and they never stopped. But the GSI program was really the first challenge that they had to, it was the first hurdle they had to jump over to earn the main or to initiate themselves as XR professionals. It has been great, collaborating and working with you. Thank you. Thank you, Diane and Dorel and my good friends whom I see in the stage, Edward and George from Fiji. Asanteni sana.
Well, thank you for being here. It's been a wonderful experience, and we also want to again congratulate you for the 2023 Africa Power Girls winning the first place Social Impact Award, and now they are listed in our Hall of Fame. And so, Laurel, are we ready to play the video that the girls provided to us?
Diana is also here.
Yes,
Just before
yes,
we
we
do
are.
that.
Diane's here. All right, we got Diana's here. All the Dianes are here.
Oh,
Yes,
good,
we
Diana.
are. Let's play. Yeah.
Hi everyone. Yes, I am Diana, and I'm so happy to be here. Congratulations, Diane, for the milestone and for getting to 10 years and celebrating all that you have done. And thank you, everyone. Tom Furness, I remember that you supported us a lot during the competition, and we'll never forget that. And thank you, everyone who have been stuck with us in this wonderful journey. Most of them are in the audience. It's an honor to work with the young people, especially young girls, and pushing their vision and their to be great than they can be. So thank you so much, Diane, for this opportunity.
Thank you, Diana. You and Paul are making such an impact. We want to work with you over a longer period of time and see what more magic we can create together. So thank you very much for your wonderful partnership. Okay, Laurel, we're ready for the video, please.
Before the GSI program and the competition we held thereafter, we really didn't know what our place was in the world in regards to our VR knowledge. The Girls Team Institute helped us to realize that we aren't the only girls in the world who find this new technology amazing. I want to recognize our opportunity to learn this tech at the Africa VR Campus and Center, to thank our principal Waiyaki, our director of Excel Girls Africa, Diana Njeri, the whole virtual world society, led by Tom Furness, and the Girls Team Institute, led by Diane McClelland, for your support. To Diane McClelland, thank you for the opportunities you provided us and for giving us the key to open the world of the XR industry, where we continue to be successful since the GSI program. On behalf of my teammates who are absent today, I give you our many thanks. Thank you, Muno. My guys, asanteni sana. My name is Shuko Waithera from Kiambu, Kenya's village of Mwemuto, and I am a steamer.
I am a Mokorino, a religion in the outskirt villages of Kenya where the Akorino members are not allowed to interact with technology the way I have been doing it. I believe in the consequences of my actions to break the yoke of poverty and the gates we face here on the ground as young women. I am digitally, financially, and intellectually empowered to wake up in the morning and do that which we could have only dreamed of. Thanks to the tools provided to us by the Africa VR Campus and Center, its executives led by Paul Simon Waiyaki, Tom Nicole, and Diana Njeri, and which enables us to step in the world prepared by the XR visionary Laurel Van Fossen, head of educators in VR, in a program led by the daring leader and teacher of the Girls Team Institute, Diane McClelland. The thing you taught us at the GSI outreaches are still impacting us today, and they will do so for many years to come. I want to acknowledge the support we received from the grandfather of VR, Tom Farnes. You have helped me and my teammates an opportunity to stand up when those who have been benefited from this education are counted. I am Wanjiro Mushai, the first Mokorino in the MetaVerse and the first Mokorino steamer, and I thank all of you from the bottom of my heart. Negado, 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 mono, mono, mono.
Salam alaikum, dear people. I never knew I would meet people like Mushai who have just spoken previously. I'm the first Muslim girl from Africa in VR. I have only heard of Akurinos but never interacted with any. It's not allowed. Your actions being leaders in XR industry are then making social impact here in the grassroots of Kenya and Africa. I now know Mushai, and she's my friend, my sister, because of the VR leaders so far away from Africa. Thank you, Diane McClelland, for your support. You opened a world for us we had never interacted with before. And now, a Muslim steamer girl from Wangige, Kenya is now a sister to a Mokorino steamer girl from the village of Kanyarere. The founder and principal of Africa VR Campus and Center, Paul Simon Waiyaki, also says that the motto of our campus is VR for social good, VR for social change. It's something that I believe now. On behalf of my teammates Wangati and the others, thank you all for all that you have accorded me. Nawashukuru sana nyote, asanteni. I am Zainab Miraho, the first African Muslim girl in the MetaVerse and the first Muslim steamer from Africa. Salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Nothing could have prepared me for the things that I've learned here at Africa Center. I'm proud of myself because it has enabled me to step from a neighborhood of desperation and aspire to making me a heroine in my community. I've wrapped this off the inspirational XR women in my life, led by Njeri, the director of XR Girls Africa and the associate director of Africa VR Campus and Center. And from you, Diane McClelland, director of Girls Team Institute. Thank you for involving us in the Girls Team Institute program and the leadership you have inspired us with in our VR, XAR studies. Laurel Van Fossen is a first XR woman we are inspired to be. With her amazing leadership at Educators in VR, the graceful Grace Esposito, and our remarkable American broadcaster, Dodd Cannon, president of the two Mavericks that runs the Over Coffee podcast. You have shaped who we are and who we are becoming as young women in Africa in the XR environments and economies. I can't forget the men who are our warriors, our he for she, and those who have stood by us with their unforgettable support. I want to acknowledge Tom Nicol, co-founder of Africa VR Campus and Center, for his love and selflessness. Tom Furness, the grandfather of VR and the head of Virtual World Society, and our dear principal and the founder of Africa VR Campus and Center, Teacher Paul Waiyaki, for being our father figure and a light leading our lives. I am Wanjiro Mwangi, a steamer, and I continue to carry with me everything the Girls STEAM Institute taught me. And at Africa VR Campus and Center, we believe that VR is for everyone, and we have made it true. And on behalf of my teammates not present today, I want to thank the Girls STEAM Institute and all the Friends of Africa VR Campus and Center. Na netwa mushokeria gatho. Na netwa mushokeria gatho.
Paul, Simon Waiyaki, and Diana Njeri, I want to thank you and congratulate you for the wonderful environment you have created for these girls who are now our steamers. And I want you and the Africa Power Steamer girls and the other teams from Africa to know you are part of our family. And I feel we have only scratched the surface of what we can co-create together. So I want to thank you and congratulate you on your success. And Paula and Diana, I think we've only scratched the surface of what we plan to do in the future. So again, thank you and congratulations on what you're doing. And we are here with you to help you along the rest of the journey together.
Oh, thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, Dad.
Asante Nisana. Thank you. And on behalf of the girls, another big thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Well, now we have an opportunity for all of you who have not met Dr. Tom Furness, who has been referred to several times during our program so far, who is the grandfather of virtual reality. But he's much more than that for me, because he joined our board in 2020, and our organization was just coming out of COVID. And prior to that, our events were all done in person. So what we thought we were going to be doing is having most of our events using Zoom. And when Dr. Tom came on our board, he said, Diane, we need to move into the next generation of transforming our organization into virtual reality and XR technologies. And I was 77 at the time, and I thought, oh boy, I'm going to have to learn something new, but I thought, this sounds fun. So Tom and Laurel and Angelina Dayton literally took me by the hand, and I truly love it, and I'm excited about the adventure that we can open up for not only people my age and older, because I'm 82 now. I mean, can you imagine what we can do when we can connect our youth with our elder generation and have so much fun together? But that's a whole other story. But so now what I'd like to do is have you have the pleasure of meeting my friend and colleague, Dr. Tom Furness. And Tom, you're just such a blessing to all of us, so I'm anxious to hear what your words are for us today.
Oh, thank you so much, Diane. This has been a wonderful event so far. I'm so happy that I can join in this gala celebration. Congratulations to you and our colleagues in the Girls STEAM Institute, board members, as well as all the STEAMers. I was so moved by the video we just saw with the Africa VR Center. And what a wonderful experience it was for us to be able to work with these marvelous girls. And you know how much potential is there, and they showed that, and winning the award. And it was just wonderful to see them work together. Most of the time in the middle of the night, I believe, and and to present their award-winning project. And this, when I found out about the Girls STEAM Institute through Kate Edwards. Kate actually was one of my students at the University of Washington years back, and she told me about the Girls STEAM Institute. I said, wow, is that really true? I would love to be a part of it. Can I help in any way? So you see what happens. Now I'm completely hooked on this. But Diane, thank you again, and I appreciate your old age, and you, I'm a much younger person here with you, and and I'm never going to catch up with you, actually, as it turns out. But I've been. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say, we commented at a board meeting when you asked us, how old do we really feel? And I said, oh, I feel 40. And you said, well, I feel 12. And I thought, well, if you're going to be 12, then I'll be 14 because I have a few months on you by age. And I tell you, having that youthful experience, you know, really creates this whole excitement. And so, Tom, you've been leading us along. So I'm anxious for you to share more of your thoughts with everyone.
Oh, you're really sweet. And by the way, the reason that I feel like I'm 12 is because this is so fun. And I don't know if you remember when you were 12, but 12, you don't really worry about tomorrow, and you don't really worry about yesterday. You're sort of in the now, right?
Right.
And that's where we should be, because that's where life is lived. Well, one of the things that it's been on my mind, and also with Diane, and with Diana, was this whole notion of how do we transcend where we live today, and we look at all these problems that have been brought to our attention by the United Nations, the 17 Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, and we see that we have some real problems with our climate, with gender equality, with poverty, with sickness. You know, there are a lot of problems. And certainly we have tools that we can use along with our own intellect and power to work on those problems. But you know, I've been thinking about, Diane, what caused these problems to begin with? And pretty much I think we can say that we're the cause of the problems in many cases. Not we necessarily individually, but we as a culture, as a civilization. And so how do we rise above the trees to see the forest? How can we get a new perspective so that these problems don't keep happening? Yes, we need to solve the ones we have now, but we need to go beyond that. And one of the problems, and probably the biggest problem, long term, is how we transcend. And so for the past 2 years, I've been exploring with others this whole notion of what is the pathway to transcendence, where we can truly become transcendent beings. And we started off thinking about, oh dear, sorry about that. We started off thinking about, well, just what what are the human motivations and hierarchy of needs? And of course, this was talked about starting in 1943 by Abraham Maslow, who came up with the triangle, you know, the pyramid, the hierarchy of needs, where you start at the bottom and you have to have these basic needs of having air to breathe and water to drink and to keep from getting eaten by the saber-toothed tigers and all that kind of thing. And then we also grew up in this pyramid with families and with our own confidence in ourselves, our own education, to where we reached this apex of the triangle called self-actualization. And many of us over the years, I think, have gone up there to where we've not been worried about where our next meal is coming from, and we've been growing, and we've reached this state of self-actualization. But the problem is, where do we go from here? We're sort of embedded encased in this triangle. So I started thinking about, how do we get out of that? How do we continue to grow? And basically, we have to get out of the triangle. Before we're in the triangle, it's all about us. We're trying to grow. We're trying to be well, all of this. But when we're at the peak, where do we go? It's sort of like we're musicians, and we're really, really good at playing our instruments. And we can be a phenomenal soloist because we've been practicing for years and years. But we're soloists. What happens if other people who are soloists in other instruments, let's say I play the trumpet, Diane plays the clarinet, another person plays a bassoon, timpani, all of violin, we're all great. But what we need to do is break out of the triangle, where it's not about me anymore. It's about us. Forgetting about myself and joining a symphony of all the other people who have gotten to the point where they have achieved a level of prominence and expertise in playing their instrument. But you know, there's more to it than that, because there are pathways to do that. I'll mention here in a few minutes. But the thing is, what we want is more and more people to be in that symphony. We want everyone to be in the symphony. So if we're at the peak of the triangle and now we have all this world where we forget about ourselves, we have reaches we can make. We can reach up for inspiration. We can reach across to our other individuals who have actually gotten to the point where they've forgotten about themselves. And now it's about how we work together. So we can reach across and collaborate. But the most important thing is reaching down. For those who are still trying to grow and become all they can be, because they have just as much divinity as any of us. But our obligation as transcendent beings are to reach down and help them become a part of this symphony orchestra. Now, there are many attributes of becoming a transcendent being where we forget about ourselves. There are attributes such as generosity, such as being able to actually connect to each other, heart to heart, being able to connect to nature, not only having self-confidence, but having resilience, and especially the ability to be present and to feel the connection of others. All of these are various attributes that we have possibilities and potential to develop, but we need to go on a pathway to do so. So what we've been doing in the Virtual World Society, in a future subcommittee, is looking at these pathways. And it's come down to where we can use the power of virtual reality, artificial intelligence, and the MetaVerse in combination to actually experience what we need to experience to grow into transcendent beings. And we liken it to a flower that has 16 petals. Each of these petals represents one of the attributes that we want to develop. And what we do is actually take a journey on each of those petals. In the virtual world, it represents those petals, each petal at a time. For example, resilience, or one of generosity. And we go out in the petal and we actually learn. We be in a being mode. We're being, and then we reach a vista at the edge of the petal, and we see this incredible three-dimensional world where our generosity can make an impact. And then we practice doing that, both virtually and in real life. And then we go back to the hub, the center of the flower, to think about that and process that. Then we go out on another petal that takes us on a journey where we learn that attribute. And then finally, when all 16 attributes, and there'll probably be more, we bring them to the middle and we process that, and we become basically transcendent. So we're able to see the forest for the trees, and we're able to look in time and connect the dots and say, why did global warming occur? Why do we have poverty? Why do we have famine? Why do we have disease? And then we can connect the dots and think ahead so that it doesn't happen again. And I believe that the Girls STEAM Institute and women in the world can lead that charge, even in many cases better than us guys. So my charge to everyone here, and to the award winners especially, and we're part of this symphony, that in playing our instruments together, all of us are edified. Yes, I'm an expert in my instrument, but when I play with other instruments, the music is beautiful, and it's way more than I can do by myself. So that's what I think the girls and the women and the guys working together worldwide, becoming transcendent beings, and yes, from that perspective, solving those problems we have today, but especially being in a position where they don't happen in the future. And now we can go into the heavens and visit other planets, populate those, and basically be a great part of this universe. So, Diane, that's what I have to say, and for what it's worth. And thank you for this opportunity again to say a few words. And I'm proud and honored to be a member of the Girls STEAM Institute and to associate with wonderful people. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Tom. And I want to follow you wherever you're going. It all sounds wonderful. To have everyone singing off the same song sheet. Is that what you're saying, possibly? With each of our
That's
own
right.
instruments, being our own creative,
That's right.
Co-creating a different reality. I
We're
love
all,
it, Tom.
Well, we work on this score together, and we will play our instruments as part of that score. But just think about it. All the instruments together in harmony create a great whole that where we individually, if we were trapped in our triangle, we would not have that. Yes.
It sounds like a wonderful world. Let's co-create that, Tom.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you for being with us, and what a leader you are for our organization. Thank you. Well, we just actually heard from Aaron Kosia, who's a flight safety officer from NASA yesterday at our reunion in Zoom. And what Tom is talking about, she was talking about the moon to Mars. And it's all going to be reality within the next 100 years. And what she cautioned us about was, don't think that what you think is impossible now can't happen in the future, because that's how we went from John F. Kennedy's mission to be on the moon in 10 years, and we did that. So when I look at the talent that we have from our young women and young men, I think that we haven't scratched the surface of what's possible. But I think we, as mentors, teachers, and parents of our youth, we need to continue to instill possibility thinking. And so I think that we can all agree that the future is ahead of us. And so we have a lot to look forward to. And I want to, again, thank all of you that are here, and hopefully that you will join us in our journey for the next 20 years. I may not be around for that, but there's a lot that we can do together. And I think that we'll be in a happier place if we know that we can take action. So again, Tom, thank you so much for your inspiration. And we will move along to the rest of our program to hear some more fascinating stories. So Sana, are you here in the room with us? Would you like to come to the stage and introduce Prableen Kaur Lamda, who unfortunately is not able to be with us tonight? Okay. Well, what I'm going to do now, I know Sana is going to be introducing a couple more of our award winners later in the program. And so, Sana, are you in the room here with us now?
No, she's in Zoom. And
Oh,
we can't hear it unless she comes into VR.
Okay, all right, then I will,
Sorry,
what I will do,
she landed
that's all
in the
right.
wrong spot.
That's okay. Well, then I will move forward then and announce this, our 2024 Inspiring Voices Award for Prableen Kaur Lamda. She actually came to us in 2017 as a 12-year-old in middle school. And her team won that very first challenge that she took part in. And she has been a leader from the very beginning, from the whole time that she's been in our organization. And now she is a senior at Carnegie Mellon School of Computer Science, majoring in artificial intelligence. But I have to tell you that when we first met her and her family in 2017, she said she wanted to eventually become President of the United States. So she has very big goals, but hopefully that's not going to seem lofty in the next few years, because we need to have more leadership in our country. But she loves basketball, and like Billy Bryant Schultz, and she actually became a winner in many competitions in basketball. And it inspired her to find out what is the other experience of women in sports. So she, at her young age of 17, she actually authored this book, She Plays to Win. And so she interviewed female athletes and had the athletes share their important advice to others. And it caused her to really take a look at how she could continue to grow and build her self-confidence. And so she completed internships at Uber, and is currently a teacher's assistant for an introduction to programming at Carnegie Mellon. But she has great plans. In fact, I know she said that when she graduates, she's going to look at becoming one of our STEAM entrepreneurs. So that's what I'm rooting for. So probably we miss you. And I know you would be here. You're taking tests and you've got several projects. So this award is you're very deserving of this award, and we know we're going to see a lot more successes coming from you in the next year or so. So thank you, Prableen Kaur Lamda. So our next winner that we want to honor is another one that Melinda Xu. She's actually a senior in Shanghai High School. And she joined us in 2021 as when we first launched into virtual reality, Tom, when we first launched our virtual team challenges. And she really wanted to be here, but she's like 11 to 12 hours ahead of us in time. But she created a video that we're going to show here soon. So, Laurel, do you have that ready for us, please?
It's coming right up.
Thank you.
When I walked in, I immediately noticed something. Out of over 30 plus students, I was one of the only 3 girls in that class. That feeling of being the only one stuck with me for a long time. Growing up, I rarely saw anyone who looked like me in these spaces, building the tech that shaped our lives. And as someone who's always loved art, I struggled to find a home for that creativity in a world surrounded by for loops, syntaxes, and lines of code. But that's changing. I'm learning that I can be that person, and so can all of you. It's not just about breaking into these spaces, it's about showing that we belong here, that our ideas and voices matter. So thank you so much for this honor, truly. I wish I could have been here with you all, although not physically, virtually. However, just to feel the energy in the room. Even so, I'm grateful to connect with you all, however I can. Joining the Girls STEAM Institute in 2021 has helped me connect with a version of myself I didn't know existed, someone who can create, lead, and really thrive. Competing in the GSI Annual Business Challenge, I worked with girls from around the world, each bringing their own perspectives and sparks. And being able to come back the next year, having that opportunity as a mentor was surreal. Seeing new generations of girls pushing boundaries, challenging norms, and dreaming up solutions, reminding me that we're never alone in this journey. GSI gave me a place where my pursuits and identity are not just accepted, they're celebrated. One of my favorite projects at GSI as an intern was with the KC Digital Drive, where my team partnered with local governments, telecom companies, and universities to develop VR training tools for nurses, virtual mannequins to help them learn more effectively and compassionately. What struck me wasn't just the high tech, it was the realization that behind every feature we designed, there was a real human need. Each line of code was a chance to make someone's life safer, easier, or more hopeful. That's where the A in STEAM comes in. The art, the empathy, storytelling that turns innovation into meaningful impact. To the girls out there, don't hold back. Mix logic with imagination. Combine the logic of math and science with the creativity of art and design. Be unafraid to experiment. Don't be afraid to mess up. Those mistakes are just steps toward finding your unique voice. Falling down but getting up again is how we grow. To the parents and teachers, your encouragement is a powerful force. The more you show these girls that they belong in these spaces, the more they'll reshape what's possible. We have incredible tools at our fingertips, VR, AI, whatever's coming next. The real question is, how will we use them? Will we bring people together or push them further apart? Technology is a tool, a powerful one that can reach far and wide, but this tool needs effective leadership to wield it, the kind of leaders who understand the spaces that they aim to impact. It's up to us to choose empathy, creativity over convention, courage over comfort. When we step up and claim our place, the world doesn't just change, it expands. It becomes more human, more open, and so much more exciting. That's the future I'm looking forward to, and I can't wait to see what we build together. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, she's amazing, just totally amazing. In fact, I want all of you to know that the bios of our honorees are extensive. And so you'll have a chance to read more in depth of each of our honorees when after this event, we are actually filming this event. And after this event, we will move everyone, all the honorees, onto the Hall of Fame, which is another area of our website. And so you'll have a chance to read more in depth of these amazing people. And so she actually co-founded the Youth AI Lab. And reading her bios, Tom, of what she's done since she's left us and gone to Shanghai, it's amazing. And just think the world will be in their hands, Tom. I'm not worried, are you?
No, she's amazing.
Okay, well, thank you. And so speaking of amazing, the next individual I want to introduce is someone who is, again, another hero in my life, and that's Mary Morrissey, the founder of Brave Thinking Institute. We're proud to award her with the 2024 Global Luminary Award for Inspirational Leadership. And I have to tell you that I had the pleasure of meeting her many years ago in the 1990s when she had the Learning Enrichment Center in Wilsonville, Oregon. And I kind of lost track of her over the years, but 3 years ago, I was looking for more mental stimulation. I wanted to be around more people that felt like they were planning to do some big things. And I wanted to be part of a mastermind community where I was around other people that were striving to do things too. And the age was not a factor. So I received this this invitation to join this webinar. And I cleared my schedule and I watched it. This is 3 years ago. And I thought, oh my gosh, it's Mary Morrissey. And I thought, this is exactly what I need. And so I joined the program, the Dream Builder program, 3 years ago. And after about 4 weeks in that program, I thought, I need something with more sustainability, something that I could have accountability with and have a mastermind, but have goals that we set and people will hold me accountable to these goals. So I have to tell you now, I'm in my 3rd year. And Mary, I don't know if you're watching tonight. I know you're not able to be with us, but you and your family through the Brave Thinking Institute has just totally transformed my life and just renewed a lot of the goals that I had kind of parked away in my mind, but now they are really starting to happen. And because of my experience at the Hidden Laws of Leadership in Boston in September, I made a decision to offer this leadership training to our board. And so Tom Furness has been studying this for years. So when I told him my plan to get this approved, he said, I'm very aware of it. So it's been wonderful. And we have the 3 young women that have joined our board. So now we've got several generations of leaders that we're building through your program. But for those of you who are not aware of Mary Morrissey, but she is an amazing woman who has spent 50 years studying the art and science of transforming dreams into reality. She holds a master's degree in counseling psychology and an honorary doctorate in humane letters. But she's addressed the United Nations 3 times. She's co-convened 3 week-long meetings with His Holiness the Dalai Lama. She's met with President Nelson Mandela in South Africa, and she has several best-selling books. And now she's focused on a bold dream of 1 billion dreams achieved around the world. And so for all of you out there that may be wondering, what am I doing? I'm talking about ourselves, how we self-reflect. You're never too old to continue to learn. And I know Tom and I have talked about curiosity and empathy are really 2 important characteristics to continue to foster and to feed with stimulating thoughts that we can still make a difference in our life. And I have 3 sons and 7 grandchildren, and I told them that I plan to live to be 100. They better just get used to the idea. So, just a fair warning, everyone. I'm going to be around for a while, and please join me because we've got a lot of work to do. So, Mary, thank you so much for the transformation you've made personally in my life, and I want to spend a lot more years with you, and hopefully you'll live to be 100 too. So, now, the next individual, I've got a lot of heroes and heroines on this list. And the next one is Dr. William F. McCulloch, who's a doctor of veterinary medicine and also has his master's in public health. We're going to give him the 2024 positive, PAW, positive, innovative leader for mental health solution using pet therapy. Dr. McCulloch and I met in 1990, and he became not only a friend but a mentor to me in both of my nonprofits. But he inspired me because he always was looking at what he could do to improve the human-animal bond. And so he and his brother formed the Delta Society, which is a global organization that works with the elder and with the those that are infirm, using pets as a way to help with mental illness. And Dr. McCulloch is 10 years my senior, and I hope he lives beyond 100 because I don't know what I would do without him. But he's an amazing man, and he's known throughout the world for his veterinary medicine and animal-assisted interventions that have widely been recognized, including the establishment of the American Veterinary Medical Association Human-Animal Bond Task Force in 1981. He's had a lasting impact on the field, helping to pave the way for the widespread acceptance and implementation of animal-assisted therapy. So Dr. Bill, thank you very much. You continue to make an impact on all of our lives, and so happy that you're a part of ours. Thank you, Belle. So the next award is to Brianna Ong. And if that name sounds familiar, she's actually a younger sister of Amanda Ong, who is on our board now, who we've heard from earlier. Now, Brianna is now a freshman at the University of Washington, where you used to teach, Tom, I'm sorry. And she's studying computer engineering as part of an honors program, in addition to, she was also involved in high school in Younga, HOSA, and DECA, and served as president of the National Honor Society. Currently, she's part of the Women in Computing and Minorities in Tech organization as an associate officer for the Association of Computing Education. Brianna has been a wonderful leader. She has attended our events. She's been a mentor at our Girls STEAM challenges, and she has a passion for technology and hands-on innovation with the built environment to advance the future of urban infrastructure. By applying smart technologies to city planning and design, she envisions creating more sustainable, efficient, and connected communities. Wow. So, Brianna, we're so happy to award you the 2024 Global Diplomacy Leadership Excellence Award. Brianna, are you in the room?
Yes, she's on her way up.
Oh, wonderful. Hello, Brianna.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the introduction, too. I just have a couple words to say to everyone,
Sure.
sharing my experiences with GSI. So, hi, everyone. My name is Brianna. I'm a freshman at the University of Washington, where I'm studying computer engineering. I've been a part of GSI for the past about 3 to 4 years, ever since I participated in the Girls VR Team Business Challenge. And after that first year, I've been a mentor for future challenges, and I've seen it grow into a global challenge with girls from all across the world, which is super cool. Last October, I finally got to meet everyone in person for the GSI Girls STEAM Ahead with NASA event in Sun River, Oregon, and I also had the chance to share my experiences in STEAM with younger girls. On top of my work with GSI, I was a youth delegate for Younga, which is the largest global platform for impact, and over the course of 2 years, I collaborated with other youth delegates and changemakers around the world to create sustainable solutions regarding climate action and sustainable living, and my work there is published in the annual communiques. I'm so grateful to receive the Global Diplomacy Leadership Award, and I'd like to thank the entire GSI community, but Ms. McClelland in particular, for her continuous support throughout the past few years. Thank you.
Thank you. Wonderful working with you, Brianna, and we expect big things from you in the future. So stay in our family, and we'll continue to grow together.
I will keep you updated. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we would like to invite Kimberly Ong, Brianna and Amanda's youngest sister. Kimberly Ong, we'd like to award you with the 2024 Tech Multi-Skill Excellence Award. Please join us on stage and give us some of your thoughts. Kimberly? Would you like me to, at this time, actually go into a little more description of your background? Because I would love to do that before you actually start speaking.
If you're on the computer, M mutes and unmutes. The letter M.
Great, can you hear me? Can you hear me all right?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. So sorry about that. My name is Kimberly, and I'm currently a junior at Redmond High School. and I'm so grateful for receiving this Tech Multi-Skill Excellence Award. So I've been a part of GSI since 2021 with the Virtual Business Challenge, and this was one of my first few experiences with virtual reality. It got me fascinated with the world of engineering, technology, and just STEAM in general. And so since then, I've sought out a lot of different programs at my school and at my community, including Science Olympiad, Art, Debate, and HOSA. And what I've come to realize is how connected all of these are, specifically by STEAM. So for example, I recently competed at the International Leadership Conference for Biomedical Debate, and the topic was about AI and healthcare. In Science Olympiad, there's a large focus placed on expanding technology and innovation. In art, we're using new technology to come up with ideas and connect people around the world, and I'm so grateful for GSI for introducing me to the STEAM fields and opening a new set of doors. And something I've learned over the years is the combination of skills is what allows for success. When you work together with others and combine these different skills, that's when the best things happen. So I'm so grateful to definitely not have been able to achieve so much if not for GSI, and specifically thank you to Ms. McClellan for making all this possible.
Kimberly, you were amazing. And did you mention also about your own business that you started?
Oh yeah, with the help of my sisters, I recently started my own business, Fantastic Collections, selling cards and mostly my art just to help out the local nonprofits.
Wow, you're truly a multi-skilled but multi-talented young woman. So thank you so much for being with us. You've been a great leader and a wonderful mentor to our other girls, and I'm sure others will look to you, and you will be a great role model for them as well, Kimberly. So thank you, and have you decided where you're going to go to college?
Oh, not yet, no.
Okay. All right, well, we'll look forward to hearing the news when you make that decision. So thank you so much, Kimberly. The Ong sisters are really amazing young women, and we're going to hear a lot from them in the future. Thank you, Amanda, Brianna, and Kimberly. So our last award is going to go to Caprielle Farrington, who is a PhD candidate at the University of Georgia, and we are going to award her the 2024 Rising Scholar Education Policy Excellence Award. So Caprielle, are you in the audience? Will you join us on stage?
Yes, I already made it up here.
Okay.
On the other side.
Hi, thank you. Yeah, so I'm in my fourth year of my PhD program at the University of Georgia, doing education policy. My dissertation topic is on, it's a bit wordy, but racial reactionary voting in local school board elections between 2021 and 2023. 2024 will not be getting included in that, which is a topic that unfortunately gets more relevant by the day, it seems. And yeah, I didn't really exactly end up in a STEM field. It took me a long time to decide what I was really interested in. And I actually still haven't decided. I'm kind of still interested in everything. I like education policy because it overlaps with so many things. And it's really a kind of getting to the root of a lot of societal issues. And unfortunately for the country, it looks like I will have a lot of work to do after I graduate, which that's not saying that I would be unfortunate for the country, but you know what I mean. Anyways, I should be graduating in about a year from now. And I don't know exactly what's next, but yeah, happy to receive this award, and thank you.
You're welcome. Caprielle, you know, I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of transition happening, and we want to be part of that transition. And so maybe we can worry together about how we're going to make this happen, but I think that we can make a significant difference based on some of the teachers and some of the school administrators I'm talking to, and especially in the area of STEAM. There's a lot of opportunities out there that are going, they're not being found because a lot of young people, they don't know what they don't know. And so I'd be really interested in exploring with you more about how we can maybe look at doing some programs together that, using all your knowledge and background, Caprielle, that we can continue to make a difference in maybe some new areas. So again, congratulations. What a big dedication for you to go to school for all these years, and particularly choosing education policy. I think that's a fascinating area. I think you'll probably be in big demand, Caprielle. So again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, this is winding up our evening, and I had promised everyone that we would try to close our program around 5:30, but I just want to make a couple more comments about our future. And I think with the challenges that we're seeing around the world, there is still a huge need for better understanding and more collaborative innovation using technology. And the GSI board and I have talked about two important initiatives that we want to start launching in 2025. And we would love to have your involvement in this. And one is called the Empowered Chain, and that is increasing the number of women prime contractors in the global supply chain who will mentor and potentially fund Gen Z millennial girls and boys in STEAM entrepreneurship using immersive technologies, resulting in the increase of gender equity and new wealth. That's a big movement that we want to create. And I think it's really doable because there's so much need to have more women involved at the table with their innovative minds. And we'll have the young men, Gen Z and millennial men, join us in the supply chain. And so it will add a lot of new talent and open thought to more innovation to solve our global problems or challenges. The other initiative that's very important to us is bridging realities through generations together through VR. And I know that Dr. Tom and Angelina Dayton also have been working on this with some other areas where the thought is to form an intergenerational communication channel with millennials and Gen Z boys and girls and the elder generation, like women like myself or people like myself, to address the growing needs for dealing with isolation and lack of relevance, that we can add fun and curiosity and empathy, and the younger generation can learn from the elders about tradition and customs and a history that will be lost if young people don't have a chance to hear from the elder generation about the important things that they learned. It's a history that we need to capture. And I know in talking with other elder women and elder people like myself, is they want to have that conversation because they feel they have a lot they can share. And using virtual reality will be a great way where we can bring these generations together to have fun and to learn from one another. And so I know that I'm in great company with my board and with all the technology in the background of all of them that share these ideas. So if any of these, either of these initiatives are of interest to you, please do send me an email at diane@girlsteaminstitute.org. And also, we would appreciate any generosity and donations to us at this time, because there's a lot of programs we want to introduce next year, including Learn to Discern, which is a program that will be offered in virtual reality about how to deal with misinformation and disinformation. And we'll have some training on that, but we'll also have some monthly VR meetups where people can come together and we can talk more and create this sense of community where people can feel they can talk with other like-minded people and maybe people they have not met or would like to learn from. So we want to create that collegial environment where you can join us and we can work on solving some of these challenges together. But we want to all thank you very much for your support, for being here. We want to thank all of our honorees and all of our mentors and board members, and also want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we hope we hear from you in the future. We'd love to have you become involved with GSI. So again, thank you very much. Thank you again to our sponsors, Virtual World Society, U.S. Bank, St. Charles Health System, and Cisco, and to our special host, Laurel Van Fossen, Educators in VR, and Stands with Trees, and Lance. So thank you all very much. Good night.
Thank you, Diane.
Thank you. Thank you. And I want to thank Anita Strain, who is helping in the video room, in the Zoom room, for all of you that are not here on the floor with us. So again, thank you, Anita, for being my assistant tonight. So again, thank you, Tom. Thank you, everyone.
You bet.
Yeah, I need to talk with you. I hope that we're off amplification. I need to talk with you about a couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
Last Monday, the school manager here gave me some students. They did extremely well, and the purpose was to bring them into this event today and introduce them to the international community, and then hopefully get them involved with Girls in STEAM, like in a form a team in Girls in STEAM for next year's competition.
Yes.
And, these girls never used a computer before.
Yes.
And, I took them into some VR spaces. They did so well, they shocked me.
Wow.
And this Monday morning, we were going to continue practicing every day so they could be comfortable moving around in, VR and both with the headset and with the computer. And Monday morning, as I was packing up my stuff to go to the school manager called and said, we're canceled.
Oh.
And to me, this is heartbreaking, devastating, because these girls were introduced to whole new worlds. Like, they were so excited. It was like, wow. And, one wants to be a scientist, another one a veterinarian. Another one wants to be a lawyer. I actually had her being tutored by AI to present her first court case. So the AI was the tutor, the opposition lawyer, and the judge. So she was already getting guidance how to present, So it's like they were like engaged.
Yes.
And now it's like total betrayal, now we're canceled.
Why would they be canceled by the school? I thought the school would be the one to lead them into it.
No, not here.
That's a scary thing to ask, Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah, that opens up a big can of worms.
Yeah, wow.
I wanted to thank you two for the video.
Yes.
You had over 6 minutes of dead space at the end, so it came in as over a gig. And so and YouTube wouldn't take it, so I cut it. I cut all that dead air off of it, and that shrunk down, and so we were able to upload it. But I just want to let you know, if you want to share that or do it, we'd like to share it on our Girls STEAM Institute website. But just be aware that I edit out all the dead space.
No, Lorel, sorry, because I realized after I'd sent it to you that, I finished the video so late in the night, and I forgot to look.
I know.
I forgot to, see the whole video to see whether I missed something. So when you see the splash of Africa Viacabas, that is actually the last thing that's supposed to play. So thank you.
I figured that out.
But when I rewatched it, I was like, this is like the moment in the movies where it has ended and they show the blips at the end.
Yeah.
Well, this is actually the second thing I was going to talk to you about.
Yes.
Is I saw some of your video.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, George. I want to finish this a second. Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Because I have to go talk to my team and stuff, and we have to finish up all the things.
Yes.
So we've had lots of technical issues tonight. I don't understand. But anyway, so the video is fantastic.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Would it be okay to upload to the Girls STEAM Institute YouTube?
Now I sent
so
the
that we
video.
can share it?
I sent the video to you, so send it to CNN if possible. So just do whatever you want to.
I really want to put it on the website. Absolutely
Yes.
want to put it on the Girls Team Institute website and promote
Definitely.
y'all
Yeah.
in every direction that we can.
Yeah. Definitely.
Paul, Paul and Diana,
Thank you. Thank you,
we have a
L'Oreal.
game plan now.
Mm.
We're going to go talk to Barack and Michelle
Yes.
Obama.
Yeah.
So we want that video up.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
people can see that. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
And L'Oreal, next year, if there's something we want to do, we want to start going to the universities, because earlier today I was made the Engage champion, and they sort of gave me like the whole,
Excellent. Yep.
the whole the whole Engage. And I want to use it. I want to utilize it now. And if anything, let us bring in the universities. And I believe that the best people to onboard universities with in VR, I can't do this without you, L'Oreal. Yeah.
So we're gonna talk. Just
Yeah.
you have to just give me the rest of this week and
Yes.
then next week. Let's try to find a time to
Yeah.
talk because I'm just overloaded personally.
Yeah.
But yeah, our plans are going to just synergize.
Yeah.
There's a wonderful word that I love, synergy. Do you know
Yeah.
synergy? It's like
No, I
synergy.
haven't heard that.
Oh, I've
Oh, I
had
love that.
synergy.
It's like synergy, but synergy is now I can't even say it. Oh my goodness.
Synergy.
Broken face.
Synergy. You just taught me now and you forgot.
Synergy. It's not synergy, but it's like that. Anyway,
Yes.
it's really using all of the cosmic forces, all of the
Yes.
energy, all the personalities, and all that
Yes.
energy, and molding that together to do. And we've got that connection. We know that.
Yeah.
I
Anita.
am so proud of you all, and I
Yes.
can't wait to lift this up. So I have some really amazing plans to talk to you
Yes.
about, and then
Boss was
Yes.
perfect.
yes, we will help you with Champion without any
Be my
problem.
new
Yeah.
support.
Let's have on the
Not a
synergy.
problem at all.
Let's have on the synergy.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Thank you.
stay
Yeah.
as long as you need. I just need to talk to my
I
team.
love
Okay.
you guys.
And we'll
I
go
love,
from
Love you too,
guys.
Diane.
We're gonna do
Bye-bye.
a lot of exciting.
Okay.
We're gonna have a lot of exciting things. Bye.
All right.
Yeah.
Yay.
It was such an amazing event. Bye bye.
It was great. Thank
George,
you all.
George, why don't I give you
Alright.
why don't I give you like 20 minutes tomorrow in our event, or later today? Actually, it is. Oh, you're already on a Thursday. Why don't I give you
Well,
that
you're
2
having.
minutes?
I didn't.
Because it's 3 a.m. and
So
it's 4
I
a.m.
know.
here.
I know.
I
But
haven't slept the whole night. You come and do the presentation
I thought.
and talk about it.
I didn't
Yeah.
see it in the Engage calendar. I assumed you're not doing it because you're up all night. But
Oh no,
okay,
no, no! Oh, we are
so-
doing it. Oh, we are very doing it. I never miss it. I will never.
Okay.
There is always an Africa VR Campus and Center event. Come and tell us about it.
Okay, so I've got
later today.
I've got two questions for you. One, I think that this was my last failure here in Fiji. After this big build-up and the school getting
No.
involved and all that, and
No.
canceling them,
I
it's
don't want to hear
devastating
that.
for the girls.
I don't want to hear about you being
Well,
a failure.
so-
It's not you who failed, George. It's not you who
them.
failed.
Well,
You are not the
Yeah.
failure. They are the failure. So that's one. Let's agree on
okay,
that.
so I wanted to ask you,
Yeah.
I may need to leave Fiji because, like L'Oreal is still very supportive and, telling me how I've been persevering and not giving up.
Yeah.
But at some point, I know that the people I've been associating with for years are going to say, are you crazy? Why are you still there? Like, why are you, So I
get
wanted
it.
to ask you if there's any possibility of
Yeah.
me going to Kenya to be with you.
Yes.
I mean, that would be really great.
Yeah.
And the other thing is I was looking at your videos.
Yeah.
And some of them are like from your headset.
Yes,
And
they
that,
are.
you see, when we move our head fast,
Yes.
our brain, it's okay. But
Yeah.
when you're watching a video and it's kind of zipping across the screen.
Yes. Yes. We know that. We know
so
that.
what I would
weakness.
like to offer.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I would like to do is offer that I can set up another Engage account so I could go
Yes.
into an event with the computer
Yes.
and with the headset. So when I'm videoing with the headset, I make certain, I move slowly.
Yeah.
I
Panning.
keep my hands out
It's
of
called
out of
panning.
view.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't like to nod when someone's like basically I'm aware I'm the camera.
Yes.
And the other, which is kind of more boring, is the computer being aimed at the stage.
Yes.
So it's all being recorded, and then you move slowly with the mouse.
Yes.
So I'd like to offer that, and I know your events happen at strange times for us.
Yes.
I guess since this pretty much ends what I've been able to do here. I mean, there's still some possibilities, but I don't mind staying up at 3 o'clock in the morning my time to video your events. Because
first of all, I was given the Engage. I think I call it Enterprise Plus because it offers me all the tools of Engage. That's include videoing in Engage. That means I can have a camera that is invisible, stuck in position, or multiple cameras stuck in position doing the thing that they're supposed to do. In fact, Diana, I didn't tell you this, but I realized when I was logging in this account, because I told them, no, give Africa VR Campus the Enterprise Plus account, because Paul Simon Kenya is my own personal account. But I log in here and I realized that now I have got 2 Enterprise Plus accounts on this account.
Wow.
And on the Africa VR Campus account.
What?
Yeah, I realized that when I'm logging in right now in this event that I've got all of that. So we'll use these tools. And of course, I need, a few days to run my to realize how they all work. And this will be a very good time actually to do the John Grace metaverse filmmaking, because now we have the tools to do it. So what I can tell you, George, is let's talk more, because right now my head is spinning. I'm not in the head to go to sleep. Later today, we are going to meet and we can talk all about that. And then, of course, in a few weeks, we'll figure out how we can do the recording. But what I want us to agree on as we leave is that I started this in 2016, and Diana can tell you, even when she came on board, she found me still figuring out what to do with this, because people still see VR as a gaming device, and it's no matter what you say, people don't view things your way immediately you talk to them. Even right now, with all these accomplishments, there are some people who still look at Africa VR Campus and Center just like, what the hell are they all about? And they are in Africa and they understand VR. So it's always to keep going forward ever, backward never, because you believe in your vision. And one day, one time, you will meet people who are aligned with how you seek it. The only worst thing that can happen, and yesterday I wrote someone who was in SpaceX, I told them, winners never quit and quitters never win, because that's what have been the backbone of what we have been doing here. And as we go along, even, for example, I'll give a good example with L'Oreal. L'Oreal was the first contact in VR I made. I keep telling you that. But we have not collaborated still now. I met Tom Nico in 2020, and immediately we took off. We started doing things together. And I had known L'Oreal 4 years before that. So you see the contrast with that. But it is now that she is collaborating. But what did I do? I kept L'Oreal in my pocket as we keep a spanner in the boot of a car. We don't use it, but we know one day we use it. Here is George, another spanner in the toolbox. We don't know when, but one day the stars will align and we will be able to do something. By the way, you don't even need the students to do this. You yourself as an entity is enough. You are enough as you are, as a singular. Because Diana, if I stopped and didn't go on, where would you have come in? Where would the girls have come in? Right? So we built on it, on the singular. And from that, we get a lot of multiple things going on. But what I don't want to hear is you are a failure. You didn't fail. They failed. In fact, you won. Because one day they look back and say, wow, we missed such a great opportunity. Somebody was offering it to us for free, but we missed it. So one day I believe they will.
You know what's really interesting? Like Fiji is very different. When I had the abused girls staying with me, all the parents hated me. Because it's like they had kids to work on the farm and do housework, and I took them away. And the environment here is very different. There's a real culture of copying, and I'm bringing something new, and people say, well, no one else is doing it, so it's no good. And like you said, associating VR with gaming. So you know,
But don't you think?
I would like to stay in Fiji because
don't you think, Diana, that is exactly what, for example, somebody like Margaret's sister did? She wanted to use Margaret as a free nanny, and she didn't want her. This is exactly what George is explaining. Some people also hate the fact that our girls have opportunity because they would rather exploit them. One of the girl sisters would rather have her watch her kids, but she doesn't pay her a dime. So the girl looked at what she's gaining with us, was like, no, fuck this, I'm going home. I want to go to Africa via Gamazendenda. And as you know, when she's doing that, her brothers are asking her, what the hell do you gain from it? Well, it's all stupid. It's all, so we are dealing with the same challenges and the same background, backbiting and betrayals going on, including organization here in Kenya whose work is to stalk us day and night, and they see we are talking to somebody like George. Tomorrow somebody is emailing you, telling you, oh, leave that guy Waiyaki. He's not roasting. So these are the things we are dealing with here ourselves, and we don't stop because we believe in the process. So by the way, I'm gonna shut down any moment now. If I do, I'm battery low. I'm like 1% battery low.
I'll send you I posted an unlisted YouTube link for a video the girls made on their own, how they're preparing an orchid flower for casting. So I'll send you the link.
All right.
Because, you know, it's like we attained some great successes.
Yes.
But then, you know, are you familiar with the Tibetan sand paintings where the monks create these beautiful designs out of colored sand?
Yes.
And when they're done,
Yeah.
they sweep it up. Yeah, they just sweep it up. So I feel that a lot of the successes we've had here, which are very real, like you'll see that video, the girls made it on their own and then using all the correct technical language. And then, you know, but the success was real when it lasted.
Yes.
But maybe you can show the video to your girls.
Yes.
And also how, if, like, for example, I've got a really nice welding machine that I was able to get for...
in the event, actually. You know,
later
today,
sure. I'll send you the link. Also, there was a girl that was really talented in welding, so I got a welding plant that's worth about $2,000 and some other equipment. How would it be possible for me to send this to you? Because obviously it's not being used here. That welding machine hasn't been used for 6 months.
We can talk. How
could I?
Like I said, let us figure it out. Later today. Because it'll be there.
Okay. Well, good night. I hope you can get some sleep.
All right.